Welcome to today's Explainer. We're diving straight into a massive opportunity for your business, expanding beyond traditional Western markets and conquering Latin America's absolute largest economy, Brazil. We're going to break down the exact strategies, regulatory hurdles, and matchmaking secrets you need to know to successfully export your products from Bangladesh to Brazil. Seriously, if you've been relying just on the US or Europe, you are definitely going to want to pay close attention to this.
Just think about the sheer scale of this opportunity for a second. $278 billion. That's how much Brazil imports in goods every single year. Add in a population of over 215 million people and a GDP hovering right around $2 trillion, and well, you're looking at a highly lucrative, totally untapped frontier for Bangladeshi exporters. We are talking about a massive consumer class, hungry for everything from garments and home textiles to pharmaceuticals and everyday consumer products.
But there's a massive, glaring imbalance right now. Brazil currently exports over $2.7 billion in raw materials, things like sugar, cotton, and soybeans to Bangladesh. But on the flip side, we only send about $281 million back. Now, our ready-weight garment sector has definitely made some solid inroads, but this gap means there's incredible room for your business to step in, diversify our export portfolio, and really balance the scales. So we're going to transform all this data into a step-by-step playbook. Today's roadmap covers 5 key steps. 1. Winning in non-traditional sectors. 2. Sustainable branding for exports. 3. Navigating regulations and language. 4. Leveraging BBCI matchmaking services. And 5. A trade fair success checklist. Let's get right into it. Step 1. Winning in non-traditional sectors beyond ready-made garments.
While garments are our stronghold, the real growth potential is actually in diversification. Take the advanced pharmaceutical sector, for instance. Bangladesh has a distinct competitive advantage here with our high-quality generic medicines. But market entry isn't just something you do casually. It requires a precise 4-step sequence. You can't just, ship a container and hope for the best. You need rigorous product registration, strict regulatory approvals, and comprehensive technical documentation, culminating in the absolute most crucial step: partnering with local healthcare distributors. Those local partners, they're basically your golden ticket to navigating Brazil's complex healthcare landscape.
Now, if you're in home textiles, your playbook is going to look a bit different. Brazil has a rapidly growing middle class. We're talking rising incomes, increasing urbanization, people wanting to really upgrade their living spaces. So your strategy needs to target this demographic by highlighting international quality, modern designs, and super attractive packaging. And, as you'll see this becoming a major recurring theme today, you absolutely must develop localized Portuguese language product information if you want to win over these consumers.
Step 2. Sustainable branding for exports. Pitching eco-friendly solutions.
Brazilian consumers and businesses are heavily focused on the environment right now, which makes sustainable branding a total game changer. By positioning biodegradable jute bags and agricultural packaging directly against traditional harmful plastics, you're providing a direct, carbon-reducing solution. Brazilian supermarkets, retail chains, and ag companies are actively hunting for these eco-friendly alternatives to hit their own sustainability targets. So if you market your jute products by emphasizing their biodegradability and carbon footprint reduction, you're not just selling a bag anymore. You are selling a complete corporate sustainability solution.
It's a very similar story for leather goods. Bangladesh has massive export potential here because Brazil has a huge urban population that demands affordable, quality bags, wallets, and footwear. But the key to actually unlocking this demand is combining our manufacturing efficiency with sustainable tanning practices and professional branding. Buyers definitely want quality, for sure, but they also want the absolute peace of mind that the supply chain is environmentally responsible.
Step 3. Navigating regulations and language. The essentials of compliance.
Okay, let's dive into what is arguably the most challenging but absolutely vital step in this entire explainer: mastering Brazil's strict customs and localization rules. Brazil literally has one of the most regulated import systems in Latin America. If you're exporting medical disposables, surgical gloves, or pharmaceuticals, you need to memorize this acronym right now: ANVISA. Securing product registration from this Brazilian regulatory agency is a mandatory, non-negotiable hurdle. You have to clear it before a single shipment leaves the port in Chittagong. Don't make the mistake of assuming your existing international certifications will save you here, because they simply won't. You need to plan for this compliance phase well in advance.
And when it comes to language, translating every single piece of your marketing and packaging into Portuguese isn't just a friendly suggestion. It is an absolute imperative. Seriously, it's the fastest and most effective way to build undeniable buyer confidence. Brazilian buyers prefer, and very often strictly require, Portuguese catalogs, packaging, labels, and instructions. If you skip this step, well, it's pretty much the fastest way to have your product completely ignored by local distributors.
Moving on to step 4, leveraging BBCI matchmaking services, your bridge to Brazil. Navigating all these regulatory and cultural waters alone is tough, really tough. Finding reliable Brazilian buyers is consistently cited as the single biggest challenge for our exporters. But this is where your strategic mentor comes in, the Brazil-Bangladesh Chamber of Commerce and Industry. By plugging into the BBCI's established network, you instantly reduce your market entry costs. They handle business matchmaking, manage trade delegations, offer crucial market intelligence, and even deal with government liaising. Instead of just cold calling across continents and hoping for the best, you get structured, direct access to vetted importers, retail chains, and trade promotion agencies that the Chamber already has deep relationships with.
Finally, step 5, trade fair success checklist, on-the-ground execution.
This is where we turn all that preparation into tangible action and actually find your buyers on the ground in Brazil. Think of this as your tactical checklist for events like the upcoming Made in Bangladesh Expo in Sao Paulo. Every single preparation step you take generates a specific, highly profitable outcome. For example, just showing up and participating gives you direct buyer acquisition and networking. Pairing that with professional B2B matchmaking significantly cuts down your wasted time and entry costs. Running Portuguese digital marketing campaigns before you even land, that generates highly qualified local leads waiting for you. And finally, appointing local representation or agents while you're there will drastically accelerate your overall market penetration.
There's a crucial point to remember about Brazilian business culture, and honestly, this cannot be overstated. Build relationships, rather than focusing solely on transactions. Long-term connections and strong after-sales communication will always outvalue a quick one-off deal. In Brazil, business is personal. You need to invest the time to get to know your partners, establish genuine trust, and prove that you're a reliable, long-term supplier, not just someone looking to dump a shipping container and disappear.
So here we are. You've got the playbook. You know the sector insights, you understand exactly why regulatory compliance and Portuguese localization are non-negotiable, and you know how to leverage the BBCI Chew to find the perfect partners. The groundwork for a massively profitable, balanced trade relationship between our two nations has already been laid out. With a $278 billion market waiting for you, what is your next move? When does your business actually begin its Brazilian expansion?